Let's continue our look at Topps airbrushing within their baseball sets. Here we have the 1960 release, complete at 572 cards. One of the most popular sets collectors enjoy building, its design and photography are first class. However, as in the 1959 collection discussed earlier, there are a few images that leave one scratching their head. With 2 images on card fronts, some players are shown wearing plain caps and/or uniforms. There are also a few times where the uniforms pictured do not match the team printed. So let's spend more time making fun of the bad airbrush attempts. Johnny Callison jumped from the White Sox to the Phillies via trade in December of 1959. He would have a memorable decade-long run in Philadelphia, hitting 185 home runs and being named to 4 All-Star games during his time there. His color photo shows him still wearing the old team's uniform, while on the left, an airbrushed cap does not match his Chicago jersey. Hal Smith was traded from the Kansas City Athletics to the Pirates in December of '59, where he played sparingly for the next 2 seasons. This photo does a good job of positioning his cap to avoid any logos, and the color in his jersey is generic enough to pass. However, even though the smaller black and white picture shows a P on his cap, you can barely make out the bat-swinging elephant on his left sleeve, which obviously doesn't match. Bob Trowbridge played in the final of his 5-season career in Kansas City after being purchased from the Braves in October of 1959. He had just 1 appearance in the 2 World Series Milwaukee played against the Yankees. His smaller picture shows a plain airbrushed jersey and large A on his cap, but you can tell by the color photo that he still has on his Milwaukee Threads. Dick Gernert played for 8 seasons with the Red Sox before being traded to the Cubs in November of 1959. He smacked 19 or more home runs in 3 of those years. The poses here look similar, though if you look real carefully, you can tell the color shot shows him still with a Boston cap. It's the smaller shot that has the Cubbies logo brushed in. Pete Daley played 7 seasons in the American League. He was traded from the Red Sox to the Athletics in December of 1959. As was done multiple times in this set, the color photo was not tampered with, and the former team's logo is still shown. The smaller posed shot, however, displays an airbrushed jersey so no team is identified, and also boasts a poorly drawn-in A on his cap. Cal McLish was traded to the Reds in December of 1959, after finishing in the top 15 of MVP voting following his last 2 campaigns for Cleveland. Here he's listed as playing for his new squad, and what a plain-looking uniform he has. But Mr. Red, shown at the bottom, is not Chief Wahoo, and the second picture makes his card really confusing. Here's an interesting one. Jim Marshall was traded from the Cubs to the Red Sox in November of 1959. The Sox traded him and Sammy White to the Indians in March of 1960, 1 full month prior to the season starting. White refused to go, so the trade was declared void. The players returned to Boston, but Marshall was traded by himself to San Francisco just 4 days later. He never played 1 game for Boston, though his airbrushed cap on the left leads one to believe otherwise. We still see the red C peeking out from his Chicago days in the larger photo. Hall of Famer Richie Ashburn is best known for his time with the Phillies. He was traded to the Cubs in January of 1960. His color shot is without a cap and shows him still wearing Philly pinstripes. However, his black and white shot has a large Chicago C plastered on cap front. Nice try, guys. World Series legend Don Larsen was traded from the Yankees to the Athletics in December of 1959. It was the second of 5 trades he was a part of during his 14-year career. It looks like he's wearing his New York cap on the left and a painted A's one on the right. Seems like Topps hadn't heard the news out of KC because John Tesauris was a Kansas City Athletic from 1958 to 1960. The franchise changed their cap logo in 1960 from the single capital A to their city's initials, intertwining the K and C. John's card shows both versions, so it looks like the newer one was airbrushed in. Don Ferrarese jumped between 5 clubs within 8 seasons, never playing more than 43 games in any one. In December of 1959, he was traded from Cleveland to Chicago, and Topps was ready to show him with a new club, but not any new threads. A plain cap and jersey, along with a close-up shot without any headgear, is proof. After playing 9 games with the Dodgers to start the 1960 season, Sandy Amoros was traded to the Tigers in May. He only managed 10 hits during his only year in the American League and final one playing in the big leagues. Notice the dark portion of the cap where the Airbrush logo was fit in.